The title of the presentation is Make Your Profile Yours, Spotify for Artists and Musical Uploading, Media Transformation in the Link of Musicians and Public. Along the presentation, I will expose some features, not only in Spotify, but in Bandcamp too. Now I'm going to explain it. Okay. In this presentation, I will expose some mediatic change that have been registered within the artist audience link as a result of new mediatizations in musical life. Specifically, I will refer to features of the Bandcamp and Spotify music uploading process from a semiotic perspective of the digital mediatizations. That is to say, I will describe some aspects that make up the mediatization of these platforms. I use two concepts very important for this presentation. One is the mediatization concept developed by José Luis Fernández. From his perspective, mediatization should be analyzed from the study of three series that compose it, which have a life of relative independence from each other. There is technical device, genres and discursive styles, and uses and social practice. The other concept of our interest is the concept of interface developed by Carlos Scolari. Interface is the, almost in this case, is the space, the digital space where all these three series occurs and where the interactions occur between the different type of users. The other part of the methodology proposed by the semiotic of mediatization is a semi-historical approach to a media process. That is to say, to be able to reconstruct the temporal trajectory of the objects under construction in order to identify transformations and permanences in the media evolution. In this sense, it's important to highlight three major stages that the specialized literature divides. The first is broadcasting, in which we deal with the boom stage of the model within the music industry. The second stage is called networking. We will see some features in a few minutes. And finally, the post-broadcasting. It's a concept developed by José Luis Fernández, and this period in which the object that we have mentioned, Spotify and Bandcamp and digital platforms, are situated. This period is characterized by a coexistence between features of broadcasting and networking. These three moments have different interactional systems, and we will see some of them now. First, I will just say that the following is a summary of some particularities of the broadcasting boom moment in the music industry. The broadcasting moment is represented in a pyramidal structure, 6-to-a-graph model, a communicational model, characterized by few senders or emitters and too many receivers. The music industry, although it covers a wide time spectrum, can be traced back to the creation of printed scores. Today, we are concerned with the peak of the industry, with the specialized literature place as from the breed of the phonograph and the subsequent development of the recording industry, that is in the 20th century. The gem can be divided at the top of the pyramid into record labels and the mass media system, at the bottom, the audience. Okay. The following is a moment called networking. The beginning of its consolidation can be dated in the 1990s, according to both semioticians, musicologists, and different type of researchers from fields linked to technological convergence. This historical period we segment in two moments. A first moment that we call downloading culture. The downloading culture is a social practice based on the practice of uploading files to websites for a subsequent download. In other words, consumption mediatized by this practice. Among the sites that have crystallized in the history of the networking cosmos, we can highlight Ares, Torrent, Napster sites. This slide shows a piece of the interface of the old interface of Napster. Sorry. The eruption of this model put it in serious problem the structure that shaped the music industry until the beginning of the second decade in the 21st century. Arriving at the second decade of the current century, streaming technology was consolidated and it is no longer necessary to download files for music consumption. Instead, the reproduction, as we know, is carried out online. However, a feature from the previous period that has remained in the streaming moment is the social practice of music uploading, an interactive practice that is still necessary and fundamental for the functioning of the streaming paradise in the current moment. Within this period, we highlight platforms such as Spotify or Bandcamp that bullet diverse self-profiles both between the narrative that each platform construct among themselves and also the narrative that they contribute to building in the profile of their users. Spotify has consolidated agreements with major record companies, crystallizing modifications in the system of music production, circulation, and consumption. The most part of the specialized literature considers Spotify like one of the fundamental actors in the music industry renaissance. Bandcamp, for the other hand, has consolidated itself communicatively and financially on the basis of an alternative narrative of music and popular culture. In this context, different authors study one or the other platform to describe the behavior of media interaction in this new and changing context. It should be noted that researchers in this field, with some exception, focus their analysis in this type of platforms from perspective orientated to the user consumer. In other words, the user of the platform who interacts with the media from the point of view of consumption. As we will see throughout the presentation, we will concentrate on aspects linked to what we call users, content creators within the research project to which I belong. That is to say, we will concentrate on the instance of production, describing some particularities in the uploading process on Spotify, and some difference with the case of Bandcamp. Among the possibilities that the digital era offers independent to artists, Bandcamp is one of the most important today. It is a platform specifically designed for independent creators and actors who occupy marginal positions in the industry. Although there are no cases of marketing strategy constructing alternative interaction proposal to those that have been consolidated as pillars of the industry. In other words, they bullied identifications with an alternative artist archetype. We will return to these narrative aspects and this type of platforms in future works. There are other type of platforms similar, like SoundCloud, but it's not the case today. Okay, the next slide shows a piece of interface inside of Bandcamp. Each platform is basically an online music shop, as well as launch and promotion platforms for independent artists. It opened its website in September of 2008, and by 2012, it already had a catalog of more than 5 million songs. The interactional scheme that Bandcamp proposed to users, creators of content, is free and direct. That is to say, without any type of intermediary actors, and even offer the possibility of selling track at price set by the artist. The price offer available includes the product free of charge. Summarizing, this platform offers a direct uploading service. This slide shows fragments of the interface with distributed product. As you can see, it also allows the possibility of selling physical products, like a cassette in this case. It is worth nothing within the online store sales option. Bandcamp recovered the practice of paid downloading files as one of its services. That is to say, it's a permanence of the first period of the networking moment. Now we watch some features of Spotify. Since its first development in 2006, this company has reached 50 million of songs by July of 2019. The platform has an ad-supported free access mode, as well as a premium system. Spotify maintains agreements with record companies, both majors and independents, while offering the possibility for any internet user to upload sound content to the platform through the music uploading process, which is different from the Bandcamp case. Spotify have characters from the broadcasting moment and some characters, some features of the networking moment. We can see it in the fact that all actors, such as big record labels or the most established artists in the industry, release their phonograms, maintaining the interactional model that we have graphed with a pyramid. At the same time, these features coexist with the reticular interconnectation on platforms. From 2019 onwards, the company foresees for the music uploading of small and medium-sized players, a process in which the intervention of other media platforms, the so-called digital content distributors, is mandatory. The process is carried out through a fee-based exchange of service. In other words, unlike Bandcamp, Spotify offers content to creators, an indirect uploading process, and the payment system is applied to the user content creator, unlike Bandcamp, where it is the user consumer who have to pay. Digital content distribution or digital aggregators are media platforms that assume an intermediary role between users who create content and the music streaming platforms. Some of most famous cases are iMusician and CD Baby. Okay. Through these platforms, uploading is carried out according to the following steps. First, the user access to the distributor sites and create a profile, choose between the different service offering where prices vary according the amount of content to be uploaded at the streaming platform where the distribution is required. The service offer not only digital distribution, but also worldwide CD and vinyl distribution service, TV, film and video game, sync listening, and too many other services. Well, okay, the two images above are from the distribution offer displayed on iMusician and CD Baby platforms. For each product uploaded to the platform, there is necessary two files. A sound file, it can be WEV, MP3, or WMA. I think that is in my English. I don't know if my English is perfect, but and an image file, usually JPG or GPA. Some distributors, such iMusician, provide in their interface the possibility to create covers for the product using a graphic template. The image below is a screenshot of the interface during a part of the product process. That, just that. It is worth nothing that distributors such as those mentioned above have started to offer an instant mastering service. That is, in addition to offering circulation service. They offer the option of finalizing the production of the phonogram in an online mode that is inside of the platform. It is important to say that mastering practice is considered the last step in the music production of a sound piece. Its purpose is to balance the sound elements to optimize the quality of its exclusively to the work. In another time, in the rise of broadcasting, this social practice was linked exclusively to sound engineers, music studios, music producers. Now, it have been partially absorbed by this type of platforms. Step D, the aggregator distributes the content to the streaming platforms and notifies the user of the release date of the product. This chain exposes the distribution path of the music tests. As we'll see, this is not the end of the uploading process on Spotify. Spotify have two platforms that operate in parallel. Spotify Streaming, identified with a green color, and Spotify for Artists, a parallel platform identified with blue color. It is a platform specifically designed for users, creator of content. Spotify for Artists handles the reception and management of content distributed by digital aggregators platforms, providing the user content creator with access to a data traffic system displayed in graphical format, which aims to provide information to maximize the circulation of the phonogram. The platform also proposed a default email service providing useful information to improve the musician's self-management in a constantly and changing media context. Spotify Artist ensures the creation of a verified artist profile, which is characterized by this blue mark that we can see in the screenshot. The screenshot belongs profile of a music production collective that our research project had been studying both online and offline realities. As you can see, the mark Okay, this is the mark of verified artist. The artist profile must be created at the same time that the user do the first upload in digital distributors. Finally, when the distributed content arrives to Spotify for Artists, the platform sends an identity verification email to the user email addresses. Once the identity is verified, the verified artist account is activated with the first content ready to be played by user consumers from Spotify streaming platform. Provisional conclusions. The streaming moment presents a wide range of interactional possibilities in terms of music uploading. The post-broadcasting moment, that is the current moment, presents a media landscape with hybridizations between broadcasting and network models and hybridizations between different moments of networking. For example, in the continuity of downloading in the mediatic life of Bandcamp. In other words, autonomy in terms of content management increased, but the media landscape became more complex. The autonomy possessed by creator of contents covers not only stage of the circulation and music consumption, but as we have seen, it's also rich aspects linked to the production stage, for example, the mastering alternative offered by digital content distributors that we have seen. The possibilities offered by uploading at the moment of streaming change between at least two interactive schemes, that is, direct and indirect. In the basis of these schemes, that the media profile of user content creator are bullied. In some cases, this profile have to be replicated or on intermediary platforms in order to ensure that the content reach to the streaming platforms. And that's all. Thank you very much.